First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am the pharmacist Nahedi Aish, the founder and general manager of State of Practices Consultancy Center, a consultant and a qualified international trainer at a State of Practices Consultancy Center, and also certified as a qualified international trainer by International College in London. And also, I will be the trainer for our upcoming training, the Quality Pharmacovigilance Auditing. And now we will talk about this training, and we will make just an introduction just to highlight about the importance of the topic of that training, which is the Quality Pharmacovigilance Auditing. Now, by the Quality Pharmacovigilance Auditing, we will know more about the quality requirements that should be applied within our organizations or companies. And maybe all your companies, you have the quality management system or the QMS. But as you know, once the PV sections started to join the organizations and the companies, many changes started to be applied to our QMS. Those changes ensure and improve the quality, safety, and efficacy for our medicinal products. Now, as you know, health agencies, particularly the US FDA and the EMA, they have the requirements for a quality system in pharmacovigilance to ensure the quality. And accordingly, the pharmacovigilance QMS, or the pharmacovigilance quality management system, is defined as the framework of the policies, procedures, and systems that are necessary to ensure that the activities related to the pharmacovigilance, which are the detection, assessment, understanding, and evaluation of adverse effects or any other medicine or product-related problems relating to the medicine or medicinal products, are handled in compliance with the applicable laws, regulations, and our company expectations. Now, what is the purpose of the quality management system, or the QMS? Why we need this? Why we need to know more about the QMS, and why we need to know about the pharmacovigilance quality for our audits? It's to ensure that all our pharmacovigilance activities are performed to the highest ethical standards and conform to the relevant regulatory requirements and contractual obligations to our licensing partners. Now, what are the key elements for the pharmacovigilance quality management system, or for the quality management system that we need to have within our organization? We need a quality policy. We need approved procedures or SOPs. We need a quality control procedure. Okay. We need KPIs, job descriptions, training plans, including training records, metrics, etc. We need organizational structures and charts. We need also the identified and controlled responsibilities, and also the resources for the pharmacovigilance system, as well as appropriate resource management and compliance management. In addition to all of that, we need also the record management. Now, as everybody knows, that the QMS is a part of the continuous process improvement. So within the QMS, each process is reviewed through a quality control steps within the process. And the result of the quality control is measured against KPIs. So we need KPIs, and any deviations from the defined processes, whenever they are identified, those suggesting quality issues which are addressed through the root cause analysis, to be followed by the creation of a CAPA plan. Now, based on all of that, the quality assurance can then check to ensure that quality is being managed within the pharmacovigilance department and that all the quality issues are being addressed. Now, all what I have mentioned was a kind of theory and practices right now. So let's try now to make our meeting more efficient and to go to more deeply through practices. So let's start step by step. We need to understand some basic elements for the pharmacovigilance. We'll start from this point, and after that, we will continue with an example to understand the pharmacovigilance quality processes. Now, as you know, our major task as a pharmacovigilance is to prevent and reduce side effects and adverse events resulted from product-related problems. Now, what I said that we need to reduce and prevent, okay? What to reduce and prevent? We need to reduce and prevent the side effects and adverse events from product-related problems. So what is the difference between the adverse events and side effects? Okay, now let's try to think. Is there a difference between the adverse events and side effects? Yes, there is. Okay, now, side effects, everybody knows that side effects are the unwanted body response or unwanted body reaction to the use of the medicine. Okay, so the side effects is the only, we can only identify the side effect as the unwanted response or unwanted body reaction to the use of the medicine. Now, let's put this information within a small box and put it aside. And now let us go through the adverse event. What is the adverse event? The adverse event is the unwanted body response or reaction to the use of the medicine. It's the same definition of the side effects. Okay, so the side effects is one of the adverse, or it's considered as a part of the umbrella of the adverse event. So the adverse event is the unwanted body reaction or body response to the use of the medicine. It's also the response of our body due to, for example, taking overdose, for off-label use, to because of misuse, because taking a medicine with a manufacturing defect or a contaminated medicine, etc. So our body response or reaction toward a medicine with any of product-related problems, this is considered as adverse events. So the side effects, it's one of the adverse events. Okay, now let's stop here for a moment and let's remember together what are the product-related problems. I've previously identified that our major task is to reduce and prevent side effects or adverse events resulted from the product-related problems. So what are the product-related problems? Everybody knows that lack of efficacy, manufacturing defect, contamination, medication errors, overdose, off-label use, misuse, abuse, drug interaction, unexpected therapeutic or clinical benefit from the product use, all are considered as a product-related problems. Okay, so now our major task as pharmacovigilance to prevent or reduce those product-related problems and any side effects that may arise from the use of the medicine. Okay, now let's go more deeply to the practices and let's now understand the practices by an example. Okay, the example I will use is the complaint. Everybody knows that a complaints issue is a quality issue. The procedure, the SOP that is related for complaints is a quality procedure. So it's a quality procedure since the beginning of the requirements of and guidelines of the quality management system. But now, due to the presence of pharmacovigilance, few changes took place within that procedure to ensure the detection and handling, the detection of safety information and handling the complaints to improve the quality, efficacy, and safety. Okay, so let's Now, take an actual example. If the complaint or received complaint, it's a simple complaint. It's a complaint due to a leakage from a bottle, medicinal product in a liquid dosage form in a bottle, and there is a leakage, okay? And it's due a manufacturing defect. And now, so we have a complaint with a manufacturing defect. Manufacturing defect is considered as one of the product-related problems, and the complaint is also one of the product-related problems that we need to reduce or prevent. Now, the contamination might cause, the leakage might cause a contamination. So now we have three kinds within one simple complaint. We have three kinds of the product-related problems. We have a complaint. With this complaint is related to a manufacturing defect. That manufacturing defect or that leakage might cause a contamination. Now, we will check this product. Is it available within the market? The batch of that defected product, is it available within the market? Yes, it's available. So many patients may have bought that medicinal product. So we will expect that there are some people might have used that product, and accordingly, we will expect that we will receive ICSRs. Okay, so we might receive ICSRs based on that complaint. So how did I know? What is the quality pharmacovigilance requirement here? I am a pharmacovigilance, and should I be involved within the procedure of complaint? Based on that example, yes, I am, as a pharmacovigilance, concerned about the safety, quality, and efficacy of the products. I have to be involved within the procedure or the SOPs of the complaint. So it's not a quality procedure only, so it's a quality pharmacovigilance procedure. So when I'll be audited, the auditor will check my procedure, the complaint procedure, to check if I can detect any safety information within that by implementing that procedure. Okay, now, to ensure that we have handled, that we can detect a safety information within the complaint procedure for any complaint that might be received to the by the company, okay, and within any complaint that it might look like as a quality complaint, it's not related to pharmacovigilance, but the only person or the only person that is qualified to detect any safety information from the complaint is the pharmacovigilance. That's why it's preferable that within the complaint procedure for any received complaint, there is a committee. That committee is composed from pharmacovigilance and quality assurance and maybe other departments which are involved within the complaint. So I should be, as a pharmacovigilance within the procedure, as one of the committee members who are responsible for receiving the complaints and evaluating the complaints. Now, so this is the first thing this is the first quality pharmacovigilance issue that will be checked by the auditor, that how the pharmacovigilance will detect an information by receiving receiving complaints. Okay, so also they will check, or they will try to ensure that we have handled all received complaints in a quality and timely manner. So they will check if the pharmacovigilance is available and can detect any safety information. This is the first point. The second point, they need to ensure that all received complaints are handled in a quality and timely manner. So we need to reconcile the received complaint. This is the second point. The first point, the pharmacovigilance is one of the complaints committee. The second point, the complaints must be reconciled with a short periods of time to ensure that all complaints has been handled. Also, we need to check that the complaint procedure the complaint processes has been handled in a quality and timelines manner. So we will check and make sure that they are quality and timelines compliance. So we need KPIs. Okay, we need to have KPIs within our pharmacovigilance system. So the auditor will also check the KPIs. Okay, to make sure that the system is well established and is effective, and the pharmacovigilance is qualified, we need also to check the internal audit procedure. Okay, and what the batch must be the batch that is concerned within the complaint, the batch that with the manufacturing defect and there is a leakage in that batch, we might need to withdraw or recall that batch from the market. So I am, as an auditor, I need to check the recall or withdrawal procedure to ensure that in case there is any safety risk, the products will be withdrawn or recalled from the market very well. Now, do you know what is the difference between a recall and withdraw? When do I use a withdraw? So I say a withdrawal of batch, or I say a recall of a batch. When the recall is due to safety reasons, so we call it a withdrawal. It is a recall, but we call when it's due to a safety issue, we call it a withdrawal. Now, within our example, we mentioned that we have a complaint of a leakage, and it's considered as, after investigations, we found that it is a manufacturing defect. So as we have a manufacturing defect, we need to check why that manufacturing defect happened. So we will follow a root cause analysis. This root cause analysis will be followed by a CAPA management. So we need to check the root cause analysis procedure, and we also need to check the CAPA procedure, how they will put a CAPA management plan, the effectiveness check, and the validation verification that will be handled within the CAPA procedure. So based on that example, all what I have mentioned is a kind of a quality pharmacovigilance requirements. That's all will be audited, or I will check if I was an auditor. So what will be audited? I will check the complaint SOP to check my role as a pharmacovigilance. Am I involved, or is the pharmacovigilance is involved within the procedure, and the pharmacovigilance will detect any safety information from any complaint? How I will detect a safety information, and what if the complaint included any safety information, what shall I do? So what shall I do? I will follow the safety collection procedure. So the auditor will also check the safety collection procedure, okay? Okay, if I found a safety information within the complaint procedure and I followed the procedure for safety collection, and the second step, I will report this safety information. So the auditor will check the safety information reporting procedure. And I will make follow-up for the safety information to get more information related to the safety information that I have received. What else? I will enter the information that I have received within my ICSR system or within my safety information system and a tracking system. So the auditor will also check my safety information system, the tracker, the safety information reconciliation, or the ICSR reconciliation. Okay, so let's try to summarize what I have mentioned to continue with more details. Okay, now we received a complaint. So we should have a complaint we should have a complaint procedure, okay? So the auditor will check the complaint procedure. After that, as this complaint procedure involves the pharmacovigilance, so the pharmacovigilance will follow the safety collection SOP. So I am, as an auditor, I will check the safety collection SOPs to ensure that the pharmacovigilance is able to find any safety information within the complaint. And I have mentioned that within the complaint procedure, I will check if the pharmacovigilance is involved within the committee or team that receives the complaint, and if there is a reconciliation is considered within that procedure with a short periods of time, okay? Once I follow the safety collection procedure and I find a safety information, that's mean that we have to do a reporting. So the auditor will check the reporting procedure, and immediately I might need more information related to that safety information. So I will follow the follow-up procedure for collecting more safety information. Okay, now, in addition to all of that, once I started to collect information, so I will enter the information to my system. So accordingly, the auditor will check the data entry procedure and will check my system, specifically the tracker within my system, okay? Now, based on all of that, and as I have mentioned that the complaint is based on a manufacturing defect, okay? So we need to make a root cause analysis and CAPA management. So the auditor will check our CAPA procedure, okay, including the root cause analysis, the effectiveness check, the verification, all main elements that should be applied within the CAPA procedure. Also, the auditor needs to check the quality and timely manner compliance within the organization. So they will check our internal audit procedure to make sure that the systems are compliant and people are qualified. Okay, I've mentioned that they will check if the people are qualified. So just let me write this one to make sure that you got all the needed information. So they will check the internal audit procedure. And specifically, they look to the internal audit plan, to the annual internal audit plan. This is a very important document that is required to be audited, the internal audit plan. Now, we said that they will check our system by the internal audit, KPIs, etc., and many procedures. But they also will check if the people are qualified. So how they will know that people are qualified in addition to interviewing them? They will check their CVs, their job description, and the training procedure. The CVs, there should be a template, a specific template for the company for CVs, and there are specific requirements for CV template. We will talk about this during our training. Job descriptions also should be connected to the CVs, and there should be a specific information that should be shown on the job description within that is used within the company. And we will talk also about this within our training, what as an auditor, or if I am audited, what the auditor will check within the CVs and job descriptions used by the company. They will also look for the training procedure. There are specific annual trainings that should be performed or conducted during the year. They will check our training plan. They will check our training records, and they will go through them. They will check the dates, subjects, and etc. They will also, in order to ensure that people are qualified, they will check the training index or training matrix. It's called Training Index or Training Matrix. It's a very important training document that is it should be available within any employee file within the organization. They will also check the KPIs and the KPIs for the employees. In addition to all of that, in addition to the procedures that we have mentioned here, and as we mentioned that it's a complaint with a manufacturing defect, so it could be withdrawn from the market. So they will check also the recall procedure. There are specific requirements for the recall procedure. So it's one of the important documents that will be audited. In also the hold procedure, we might have a batch or a quantity of a product. We don't know what to do with that batch. So we need to follow the hold procedure with the specific requirements. So based on the example that I have mentioned, and based on the introduction, the quality management system is a part of continuous process improvement. We have reviewed, based on the example, we have reviewed the process through the quality control. We have measured the result of the quality control against the defined KPIs, for example, and we identified the deviations in case there were any deviations, and those suggesting a quality issue are addressed through the root cause analysis, followed by the creation of the CAPA plan. This is based on the example that we have mentioned. So a quality assurance can then check to ensure that quality is being managed within the pharmacovigilance department and that all quality issues are being addressed. Now, based on this introduction, within the pharmacovigilance, within the quality pharmacovigilance audits training course, we will know all the quality pharmacovigilance requirements that we need to have within our organization to make sure that we can pass any inspection or audit. So we need the quality we will know how the quality control is performed, the change control, the documentation and archiving procedures, training procedure in details, the internal audit, and all quality procedures that should be involved within our pharmacovigilance system, including CAPA, the third party or the vendor evaluation procedure, etc. And also, we will start to learn more about auditing. We will go through audit stages, the pre-audit documents that we need in order to prepare for the audit, and what are the documents and issues that must be audited during the audit period, and what I might request as a post-audit document. Then after that, we will go through the reporting, the draft report, findings, final report, follow-up, and then a closing. So by this course, I will learn how I will be able to audit a pharmacovigilance system, or how I will be ready for any quality pharmacovigilance inspection or audit. So this course will offer practices like no other courses out there, and we will deliver the 19 years of the European quality pharmacovigilance auditing experience that we had with the international pharma companies right to your hands in detail like never seen before. That course will make you as efficient and effective in quality pharmacovigilance auditing as possible. We will only give practices, we will only give experience, not theories that we cannot know how to deal with those theories, and you will gain a better clarity on critical quality pharmacovigilance practices and gain several critical auditing skills that will accelerate your success throughout the career path in quality pharmacovigilance auditing. Who should attend this training course? It's considered as an advanced course, so you should have already an experience in pharmacovigilance. Quality personnel are it's one of the targeted trainees that they could attend this training course. So quality personnel, they will be able to apply the pharmacovigilance quality management system requirements to ensure the quality compliance within their QMS for quality and pharmacovigilance, and also pharmacovigilance personnel to be prepared for audits. And if they want, they can be already, they will learn how to be as an auditor. So you will learn, you will ensure being ready for audits and inspection in higher standards, and you will start thinking of maybe a new career path. This is all what I have, so I don't know if you have any questions. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding the training course?
Doctor, there is a question on
Yes.
the Q&A box. One is that from Hiba Najar. She is asking, isn't adverse event the case in which casualty has not been established?
Adverse event, as I told you, it's considered for any unwanted reaction from our any unwanted response or reaction from our body. So this is in general, and then after that you can go through the types of the adverse events and side effects and etc. But in general, it includes for any unwanted reaction or response from our body due to the maybe product-related problems or any other causes. What the difference between recall and withdrawal? The withdrawal, it's a recall. But if the recall is because of safety concerns, because of a risk on human or environment or animal, so we will call it a withdrawal. It is a recall. Both are the same, but we call the recall as a withdrawal when it's because of safety concerns.